Welcome everyone to the Pantheon. I'm your host.
And I'm Evy.
Today we're looking at an Asylum motion picture or made-for-TV movie, Fast and Furious or Fast and Furious Death Race. I gotta be careful because it's like they worded it so you think you're watching Fast and Furious. This has pretty much an unknown cast, but what were your thoughts, Evy?
Um, Thought it was good. Thought it was good. Helped me actually to focus on this film. It was really, really good. I liked Terminator 9 was okay with special effects and stuff. So was the Fast and Furious. That was good. That was good. Yeah, it was. Yeah, just helped me focus. I that's how I just focused on it. That was a really good movie. Yeah, it was good.
Okay. Well, I'm going to break it down a little bit because it's not much of a story plot. The star of this movie is DMX, the rapper.
Right. Yeah.
And how do I start? Okay, so there's a race. It's called I think it's called Outlaw 1000, and it's basically you have a race that's being watched by the underground criminals, and it goes from Navajo, Mexico, all the way to LA. It's like 1,000 miles, and the races have 3 stops they have to make 3 markers or check mark points, and then make it to LA. And the first one to get to LA wins, and I think it's $1 million or $10 million or whatever the prize money is. And it's basically the underground people gamble. It's kind of like Running Man or some of those virtual, like people watch this underground network racers that do these things and they gamble online. It is, and then we have one guy, a retired racing car, like one of the highest, like one of the greatest winners on the circuit, whose brother's now in debt, and he's brought back into the fold to help his brother out. So he has to do this race to help his brother, and that's essentially is the film. There are certain characters who I kind of give nicknames to. You have your Steve Urkel, wannabe kind of driver. You've got your Judy Greer, Mexican Judy Greer character, who I refer to as, and then DMX, who plays Davey, who is like the gangster leader who's running the strings. But overall, it's not too bad. The tagline for this movie was called, I wrote it down here, it's called an illegal street race with everything on the line. That was the tagline for this movie. What were your thoughts in terms of like the actual racing, the characters in this? Do you have any particular high points or standouts?
That it wasn't like F9. That's a standard for me. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, no, that's true. But you're right. The thing with silent pictures and the kind of smart marketing wise is that when F9 was released in April, this movie was released in May. So they always try to keep it very close, so people confuse the movies, and so people would go buy or go see the film. So, so if your grandmother doesn't know the difference, she'd probably buy or downstream, Fast and Furious. So yeah, it's kind of cheesy fun. It's very short. It's disappointing in many respects, but like it's and the star DMX, he's in it for the first 30 minutes, and then he kind of goes away, and he's sort of like, I don't know how to say this, like he's captured and he's kind of strung out, and then he comes back in the last 20 minutes of the movie. So
Yeah.
it's and what's a silent picture. So if you like Sharknado, you probably like this. It has that kind of like tongue very heavy into the cheek kind of humor. So that's how you would take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it a recommend? Not so much. I would say you should watch this because you could probably do a lot better. Even watching like another channel, any channel would do you better. And yeah, so and these stars, I mean, some of the stars, the guy who plays Jack, the driver, his last big film was Mega Boa,
Yeah.
is a giant boa constrictor. So, and it's all a silent picture. So these are all people who work within asylum. They're like frequent actors. So, but it's all like very, very like what's that what's that producer who does like really B movies?
Who does that?
Roger Corman. Sorry, it's like Roger Corman movies.
Right.
So if you think of Roger Corman, you get this. It's not necessarily bad, but you know what? If you have a cult like niche, then this might be for you. But I'd say, if you're watching for free, that's okay. And you're not gonna harm yourself, just your time. All right. All right. Well, you can reach us at www.pantheonofm.com. That's all of our websites, my weekly blogs, and all our content. And you get to see what we have is coming down over the next couple of weeks. So there's a scheduling of what we have. Any last words for you, Evie?
It was a pretty good movie, but no, it's too bad. But anyway, that's still a good movie.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, I'm Ray.
And I'm Evie.
We'll talk to you later.
Later.